if you see somebody advising something, like you've got to make sure you stick to one track and just promote all of that and da. The problem is that that's okay if you're already established, but if you're not established, you've got to do more. You've got to have more than you think you've got. If you think about it, you know, if you land on an artist's page and they've got one song and 2 videos, you kind of go, well, there's not really a lot going on here. So unless you absolutely love the very first thing you hear, it doesn't really make someone want to, you know, hit follow buttons and do things like that. And that's really the next stage for you, because we just started out on how we get from A to Z, like from a basic point of view, which you've already done. And now the next bit, now we've got a little bit of numbers to play with. There's a few things we need to do with that. So we talked about
I think I hopefully will hit 1,000 streams. I'm nearly on 200, and it's been a day, like under 24 hours. So I should hopefully get it, because I mean, I've literally like shoved it down all my friends and family.
But that's good, because you should, if you get an amount of followers from that, which is a tricky thing with Spotify, because people save the actual track more than they do kind of like follow the artist. If that makes sense. It's why it's a little bit dubious. Here's a point. What happens if Spotify take away the view counter and the amount of listeners per month? What if they did that?
I think for me, what I want to is.
Do you see what I mean?
I completely get it. What I want to get out of Spotify is good-looking numbers, and so that when I want to go and say, "Oh, I want to play live now," they'll see that, and it's just another thing that's a good indicator of, oh, this guy's going to show up and do a good show, and they're going to bring lots of people.
Yeah. So really, what it is, isn't it? One thing you could argue, Spotify, really, ultimately, what it's for, unless you're built up in other areas, is it's really a social proof method. It's something that just shows that there's something going on. That's really the key, because if